Hi boys and girls, today we're going to read Johnny Appleseed. John Chapman was born in Massachusetts in 1774. John liked to walk and play in the woods. And that's the picture of the Massachusetts woods. And at the bottom you see a timeline where it says 1774 he was born. John wanted to see the frontier and help the settlers. Around 1794, John left his home. He started walking west. And on the timeline now, we have 1974 travels west. In 1797, John settled in Pennsylvania. He collected apple seeds from nearby cider mills. And the photograph, the illustration has a caption, and it says, "Pressing apples to make cider, 1800s." John knew that apples were a good food that would last through the long winter. He planted the apple seeds. Apple trees began to grow on his land. John dug up some of the young apple trees. He planted new orchards with them. In the early 1800s, John moved west again. He moved to Ohio. He sold or gave apple seeds and trees to many settlers there. And the picture says, "Picking apples, 1800s." Down at the bottom it says early 1800s, moves to Ohio. John liked to read books. Sometimes he read to the settlers. Other times he told stories about himself and his apples. So Johnny Appleseed is on the floor reading to the settlers. In 1838, John moved to Indiana. He sold apple seeds and trees to the settlers. He helped the settlers plant orchards. There's a picture of Johnny Appleseed planting an orchard. And then you can see the timeline. 1838, moves to Indiana. John shared apple seeds, apple trees, and stories. Settlers gave him the nickname Johnny Appleseed. He died in Indiana in 1845. And here's a picture of his gravestone. It says Johnny Appleseed. That was his nickname, and his real name was John Chapman. And it says he lived for others. And that's his gravesite. And then they added the date that he died on the timeline.